this is so the whole district carved out 250,000 over a few years.
So they call it the Jackson Fund,
Right.
but it's really district money in a sense.
Yep.
So in order for us to do something to address big projects, which is like large heating, ventilating, air conditioning, construction, is to go to referendum.
Okay.
That's really the only mechanism that the state allows to
So,
do that.
side budget, which I think that's a phenomenal amount, personally. But
You talk about the 2.9.
the 2.9.
I agree. Yeah.
My question is this: I'm assuming through certain regulations, you're not allowed to invest that in certain ways to maximize that.
Correct.
It's basically set aside.
It just has to like.
We have
So
certain
you can't
budget.
even, you couldn't even keep up with, say, inflation rates or anything.
Correct. There's certain restrictions that we have in those monies. We can't put them in the stock market or buy ExxonMobil stock.
Well, yeah, the
Or
stock.
even, like,
I wouldn't
just
think that would be.
modest, like
I was
mutual fund
right.
stuff to do something. It just has to sit in the budget.
Like you couldn't leverage that growth through other muni funds, which are considered relatively state-based.
So I have a question.
It's
Quick
good and
question.
bad.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's good that we minimize our risk, but
Yeah,
we
but
do
then-
have return.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So I have a quick question. I'm just going to run this because we've been through this kind of before.
Yeah.
So Badger and Silverbrook are still referendums we're paying off.
we still have debt, existing debt for those two buildings.
How much?
So right now, and it's in the materials that we have, the existing debt that we have, which we paid over the next 10 years, is approximately $28 million.
And what is the interest on top of that?
So the additional interest that we have over the next 10 years is approximately $3.5 million.
So Kierkegaard said 4 to 5 or 5 to 6 to 7 million this afternoon. So what is it?
I did not hear him say that.
Yeah, he was at a
He
different
and
meeting.
I spoke before the meeting, and I'll make sure that I touch bases with
Sure.
Superintendent
So is there
Kierkegaard.
something in a hard copy that shows how much left with referendum debt from Badger and Silverbrook? How much that total is? How much?
So I was actually just thinking, we've got to work a little bit because I think there's a couple more pieces of information. This is all of our existing debt that we currently have, and so when you take a look at all the individual issues, and it goes back to Badger and Silverbrook, all of that existing debt. Let me get here. All the existing debt that we have, as we take a look, there's 32 millions identified, but that goes back one fiscal year. So when we pull out about 2.8 million dollars off of the 32 million, it's about 29 million dollars of outstanding debt. The existing interest identified right now is 5.2 million, but again, between last year and even then the money that will be paid in this fiscal year, as we pull off about $1.5 million, that drops the existing debt to 1.6. Excuse me, the existing interest remaining to be about
4.5.
Exactly.
Okay, so 4.5 and 28 is about 32, 33 million left to pay with
Between
Badger and
principal and
Silver.
interest, yes.
Okay, so then with this 47 million, and correct me if I'm wrong, how much is the interest on the 47 million?
2.2 to 4.25.
But
That was
it
my
ends up
presentation.
being 74 million.
Give or take 7 on the interest. I mean,
So as we have, again, as we look at a authority that the referendum is to issue $47 million of bonds, the projection at this point in time, and it's a conservatively high, I think we're using 4.25%. Recent issues are lower than that, but at a 4.25%, it's $27 million of interest that would be paid over the life of the bond over the next 19 years.
So then that total is?
That total is $74 million.
So we have Badger and Silverbrook at what?
$29 million
With?
plus the interest that we said was about 4.5.
So that
32.
32 and 74 is,
32 and 74. About 106.
what do you think that is?
What do I think that is? Can you
How
be more
much,
specific?
yeah, can you add that up for me and tell me?
74 and 32
Do you have a
is
calculator?
106.
I know you have one on your phone. I don't want to misquote you because
Right.
I know that you would
So-
like the right answer.
Right, so 74 and 32
Yep.
is
106.
106 million in debt if this referendum passes.
Over the next 20 years.
Including principal and interest.
But the 32 is already authorized and outstanding.
So how much would this add? How much would our total?
And Judy, we've discussed that in the past. This is the graph that we have, and I'd be happy to share this as well.
So you're saying it's about $106 million in referendum debt to the year
Between
20
principal and interest.
between principal and interest.
Yes. That's not how it's commonly referred to. You go to a bank and you take out a mortgage for $200,000 to buy a home. You are $200,000 in debt. Does that mean you're not paying any interest? No, you're paying interest. So I don't want to say that we're in debt of $106 million. That is the amount that we would be repaying to be debt free.
Until the year.
With both authorities.
Right.
So right now, again, as we're levying,
It just doesn't seem that you're being actually transparent. So I just want you to be
I would
transparent.
disagree.
Okay, so
would
that's
disagree.
why I'm just asking you to say the total.
Yep, we're being very open and disclosing all the information. Yep.
So it would be, right, we understand what this one
I just
is.
want to make sure you're not combining things.
Well, I mean, it's not like that other one is going away.
It's
Just-
It's
Nope,
factored,
nope.
yeah, it's definitely factored
Yep.
into this.
So
But then the
we've-
total that we want to tell people, should this pass, is the 100 and, you had said,
between principal and interest, and again, that's a conservatively high
grand
number
total.
because we've not sold the $47 million of debt. We know that that's a conservatively high number. But as we take a look at the levy that we would be
but it's
looking at with
the
both
grand
authorities.
total that all the community, the neighbors, and I know you just moved here, but that the community would have to pay to the year 2038 is 106 to 100, nearly 108 million in total complete referendum debt between principal and interest, Badger, Silverbrook, and then this current. Okay, correct.
That's
That's all I need.